Hello, everybody. All right, people are going to be entering now. Again, this is recorded. Alex, Jennifer, a friend that I've had for quite some time. Again, this is recorded. If there's an echo,
Yeah.
Jennifer, a friend.
If you want.
Figure out where it is. Okay. Hello, TJ. Hi. Hi, Jennifer. Oh, Bruce. So people are coming in now. Hi, my friend Richmond, aka Bruce. Welcome back.
Hey. Don't blow us both off, please.
Hi, Andrea.
What is this for? We're Zooming. We're going to talk about the impeachment. Now, hi, Alex. I want to be more organized with our Zooming because, like I said, I'm trying to build up my YouTube channel because one day we're going to be on a real show called The Andrea Show, or maybe something else. I don't know.
Yeah,
but I want to be more organized. So I want to stick to the topic because I've been told that some people don't like when they talk to us. That we're all over the place. So this Zoom, we're going to talk about the impeachment. So please try to refrain from... a little bit of conversation because I want to ask Alex about our baby, but let's talk about the impeachment. So basically today, Trump's in trouble again.
Oh no, not Trump.
Yeah, Alex. Yeah, Trump's in trouble again. He's been impeached before. Now, I have to admit that I'm a little, for our friends here, of course you can join, Josh. TJ, if you can, my awesome manager tonight, can you please give the password code to our friends on TikTok? But I want to really make this really easy and basic in the beginning. Let's talk about
he's trying to...
what is a impeachment? If anybody knows offhand before I Google it, please feel free to. Bruce?
I think that the impeachment is just basically saying that you did something wrong and it rises to this level and it's so egregious that you need to be either removed from office or just censured. I think it's more just like a process, more like a formal process. Because I remember President Clinton when he got impeached, although it didn't rise to the level where he was put out of office, but it's just more like a legal process. You did something wrong, and the acknowledgement of someone doing something wrong.
Anyone else want to say something before I do?
I have a question. I feel like both the House and the Senate have to vote in order for it to truly solidify. I don't know if I understand it correctly, but in order for it to be a true he's gone type and never coming back type of impeachment, it's both the House and the Senate that have to vote on that. Is that correct?
We're going to find out tonight because I love Zoom, and I know you know how to use Zoom too, Jennifer, and we're going to look it up. I can't say that I know all of the in and outs of how the process goes, but it sounds like you know what you're talking about. Where did you hear that from?
I feel like I remember that from the first impeachment and why he was able to continue being our president because, and I might be wrong here, but wasn't it just the House and then the Senate didn't impeach him? So yes, he was impeached by the House, but not the Senate.
Right. Exactly. The House the House says, okay, hey, we have enough to impeach. So the House is a larger body and they're like more people. But when it comes down to the nuts and bolts, that the Senate, you're absolutely right. Both House and Senate have to agree. Like the House, Nancy Pelosi sent over the articles of impeachment, and then now it's in the Senate, and it's 100 senators, and then depending upon how they vote.
How many people are in the House, Bruce? Do you know?
I think 435 people are in the House.
Okay.
I think they have 435 votes. So they pretty much look at something first and say, okay, yeah, this is egregious and it needs to go to the Senate. And then once it goes, the articles of impeachment go to the Senate, then the Senate meets, and then like you saw the House managers or you saw I call them like the lawyers basically on the the defendant and then the prosecutor. So these are the prosecutor, these guys, the House managers, and then they're putting on the case for the Senate. And then the Senate, they do the voting. And it's I think it's not a simple vote. It's a 3/4. You basically need 67. You need 67 votes. So that would be 2/3. 2/3 instead of a simple majority, which is 51. You need 67 senators to say, okay, this guy, what he did, to impeach him. But you know, that's where you are right there. So
what I want to say is I was watching TV today, and I was watching them do like a trial about Trump's impeachment, and everyone was pleading their case. What I want to say is what I've heard from the people speaking, and I don't have the names just on me, but we could look it up in a bit. But the whole point of, like you said, the whole point of an impeachment is to protect the democracy. Really, the democracy was jeopardized by the lead of Trump. And to make sure that our democracy is protected and making sure there isn't abuse of power. Trump really abused his power, right? So, we have to make sure that doesn't happen again. And also, like Jennifer said, we have to make sure that he doesn't try to be the president again and actually succeed maybe next time.
Or run for governor or run for another seat too. I think him being impeached, does that prevent him from running in any other capacity?
I believe so. I mean, that's what they're insinuating. Right. So we really got to make sure that I really want to do our homework tonight. And I'm about to go on and share a screen and figure out what we need to look up. If you guys have sources or anything that you can help out with, let me know. Hi, Mason. How are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
Hi. So happy to have you. So tonight we're talking about the impeachment of Trump, and we're really trying to understand it. Let's be honest here. Not everybody knows how the government works, really.
Yeah.
I don't even think we're really supposed to be this deep in the process, to be honest. But it's good that we know, and we're trying to figure it out. Is there anything you want to add before we start doing a little research pertaining to the impeachment of Trump and the whole process? Really, is this redundant? Like I was saying on TikTok, I am a forgiving person. I'm a Christian. You guys can believe what you want. I'm not pushing my beliefs on you. I am a believer of forgiveness, even though I am a little aggressive when it comes to loving. I do feel like he's old. He's stuck in his ways. He did a really bad thing. He wasn't actually there. I'm just saying, I'm being nice right now. Okay. I can't help it. He wasn't there in the Capitol. I mean, he's a dictator. I mean, he didn't force them to go. And he actually did say, I'm not sticking up for Trump and what he did, but what I'm saying, he didn't actually say, go to the Congress and freaking try to endanger and kill people. You know what I mean? But some people took it for whatever, an opportunity, I guess. Your thoughts, Mason, please.
I think, I'm a person that also like forgives people, but I also think that Trump has gone like way too far in a lot of his actions, not just at the Capitol, but for multiple things he's said online or all of that stuff. I don't know.
Multiple things like what? Because I could really tell you what he said, but I don't want to get too into it. But what was it what did he say that really struck a nerve?
Well, there's this quote that I saw one time from him, and he was like saying to Black people as thugs, right? And I was just like, you can't say that, like.
That's right, Melissa. On TikTok, our friend Melissa Hatcher 5 said he made fun of handicapped person. He even did the gesture.
I
mean, for a reporter. I mean, he really crossed the line. He said Haitians. Okay, let's just give it a little review because we only got 40 minutes here. We're already sucking it up, but let's give it a little review, because I'm not gonna sit here and just sit here and be that nice with Trump. He said Haitians are from S-hole countries. He said, what else did he say? He told the Proud Boys to stand back and stand by. What else did he say? Just really never supported the BLM, wanted nothing to really do with it. All he had to do was say, I'm for, and then have the nerve, okay, to say that he's got a plan for Black America. He can't even say their lives matter.
He's never had a plan for anything. Really.
I actually like the Platinum Plan. If you guys saw my TikToks, I was like, wait a minute, this is really good. But we haven't heard about it since. So anyways, right now we're talking about, try to stay on topic. We're going to talk about the impeachment. So let's go here and share a screen, and you guys can still see your faces, obviously. Do you guys have any sources? Do you guys mind if I Google it? Why don't people mind if you Google it? Like, oh, use Google. Like Google's not a source. Is Google not credible? I'm gonna Google it. I don't care.
Google's kind of biased.
It is? Okay. But I remember in college, Jennifer, when you go to Google, right? Like, okay, say we say like what is an impeachment? Okay, like there it is, right? Okay, so the good thing to do is .orgs are credible, right, Jennifer?
I think so. And I think a topic like this is pretty straightforward. So I don't think that finding out what a true impeachment, I think that this is valid to go to Google for. Okay. I just think if you're looking for certain events, and like some things are kind of hidden on Google, and people use DuckDuckGo for things.
You like DuckDuckGo?
I can find topics, relevant topics on DuckDuckGo that I can't find on Google.
Okay. All right. So
but something like this is good for Google.
Okay, good. Let's see here. Let's go to a .gov. I got that from Candace Owens because she's like, oh, what, did you go to a .com? Like, I don't know when .coms became irrelevant, but here we go. Let's find out what's going on.
Alex Cashman had her hand up for a bit. I think she wants to say something.
Okay. Oh, who? Alex?
Yeah.
Oh, Alex, did you want to say something, sweetie? Go ahead.
Yeah, it's about Donald Trump. Sorry. I know Donald Trump is doing bad things, and he's trying to make a World War III going on. I was like, why? I was like, why you want to do this? It's like, no.
Right. And how does it make you feel about how Trump led this country?
It makes me mad.
It makes you mad? What do you think he should have done different, Alex?
Pardon?
What do you think he should have done different?
Not make a war like World War III, and not make a wall either, because he said he's gonna make a wall.
Right, good.
But he never did that.
Yeah.
I was like, are you serious? Are you gonna make a wall so Mexican people cannot come to you? That's stupid.
Now, some Republicans would say that Biden made the cages. It's true. I did fact check it, but it was for temporary circumstances, which I don't think that he agreed with it. Like, I think he owns up that no kids, no family should be in cages, but it was a temporary situation. And I think Obama was known for bringing the most people back to deportation in history. But the problem with Donald Trump was he kept them there and he separated the families. It wasn't temporary. It was a freaking mess. It was unorganized and a lot of bad things happened. So
Trump is making really bad things. Trump wants to start wars. Trump wants to start fights with people. He doesn't like black people. I was like, why are you being racist to black people? Let black people be themselves. Stop being racist to black people.
Exactly. So I don't really want like a long textual answer.
And yes,
I just
Black
want
Lives
like
Matter.
a quick answer when it comes to impeachment. Okay, so impeachment is a way to remove government officers from office in some countries. It happens when the official does not want to leave their job. So we all saw Donald Trump, he didn't want to leave power. It is like an indictment, something that the prosecutor needs to get before a trial. Someone is impeached when a legislator votes to do that. I'm trying to see if there's anything else. I like ABC. Let's see what they said about it. Trump's impeachment, here's how the process works. Perfect. Former President Donald Trump faces an unprecedented second impeachment trial this week. Adding to the historic nature of the proceeding is that he is no longer in office, and the members of the Senate who will decide his fate are... I was like, what is that? Oh my God, you gotta love and hate commercials. I'm so sorry. Where was I? I lost my train of thought. Adding to the historical nature of the proceeding is that he is no longer in the office, and the members of the Senate who will decide his fate are among the victims in the Capitol. How do you say that word? Siege?
Siege, I think.
Okay, let me defend myself. I speak Japanese, okay? So the I is A in Japanese. So I want to say sage. Well, it could be siege. I don't know. Which is accused of instigating. The House of the Representatives vote 237 and 197 on January 13th to impeach Trump for an unprecedented second time for his role in the January 6th riot and breach of the Capitol, which occurred as a joint session of Congress was rectifying the election of the President Biden. Can somebody else read? Anybody else want to read? No?
The extraordinary step of the second impeachment, which charged Trump with the incitement of insurrection, took place just days before Trump was set to leave office. Only two other presidents, Andrew Johnson and Bill Clinton, have been impeached, and none have been convicted. That's the key right there, the word convicted. Unlike Trump, the first impeachment in 2019, in which no Republicans voted to impeach, 10 members of the House GOP, including Conference Chair Liz Cheney, a Republican Wyoming, voted for impeachment and denounced the president's actions. Democratic House impeachment managers argued in a brief ahead of his trial, and which starts in earnest February 9th, that Trump bore unremarkable responsibility for the siege and called it a betrayal of historic proportion. He summoned a mob. Oh, now you got me. Okay, he summoned a mob, exhorted them into a frenzy, and aimed them like a loaded cannon down Pennsylvania Avenue. The managers wrote. While some Republicans have spoken out against Trump's rhetoric in the wake of the siege, it is unlikely that former president will be convicted because it requires at least 17 Republican senators and all 50 Democrats to agree. Some GOP members have questioned the constitutionality of trying a former president. That's the key, trying a former president. He's not a president anymore. Indeed, that the argument that Trump's lawyers made in their own brief ahead of the trial, calling the process a legal nullity and leaving the door open to argue the very claim of election fraud that some say sparked the riot. It is admitted that President Trump addressed the crowd at the Capitol Ellipse on January 6, 2021, as his right under the First Amendment to the Constitution, and expressed his opinion that the elections were suspect. It is contained in the following record of speech the president's lawyers wrote. The lawyers denied that Trump participated in insurrection. Meanwhile, some 144 constitutional law scholars published a letter in the New York Times calling a defense based on the First Amendment legally frivolous.
Oh, do you guys want to keep reading, or do you guys
I'll
want
keep
to
reading it. I'll read it.
Okay, so you want to read some? Okay, is that it? Oh wait, here you go. Go ahead, Josh.
Okay. Here's how the impeachment process works. The presidential impeachment process. An impeachment proceeding is the formal process which the sitting president of the United States accused of doing wrongdoing. It is a political process of not a criminal process. The articles of impeachment, quote unquote, in the case of there's just one, are a list of charges drafted against the president, the vice president, and the civil officers of the U.S. can also face impeachment. The process begins in the House of Representatives, where any number I lost my track.
Sorry.
I know I'm at. Wait, let me. My bad. Let me get back on the track. Whatever. It is really up to the Speaker of the House is in practice to determine whether or not the proceeding with the inquiry to allegedly wrongdoing throughout the member can force vote to impeach. Over 210 House Democrats introduced the most recent article of impeachment on January 11, 2021, conceding Trump demonstrated that will remain the national security democracy in the Constitution if allowed to remain in office, acted in a manner grossly incompatible with self-governance and the law and the rule of law. The impeachment article, which seeks to bar Trump holding office again, and also cited Trump's controversial with the Georgia Republican Secretary of State, which urged him to find enough votes for Trump to win the state, and its efforts are to sever and obstruct certification of the vote. And it's also cited in the Constitution, 14th Amendment, and nothing that prohibits any who has engaged in insurrection or rebellion against the United States from holding office. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and other Democrats accelerated proceeding, not holding any hearings and voted just a week inauguration of President Biden. And the vote requires simple majority vote, which is 50 plus 1 and 2, quote unquote 280 after the president is impeached.
Okay. Hey, Mason, do you want to just finish this up a little bit and then we can talk about it?
Well, I guess I wasn't reading good because you so cut me off.
No, we got to just take turns. That's all.
Oh, okay.
Honestly,
I read, Bruce read.
I don't really want to read, but
You don't want to read?
not really.
You can't read? Class session, Mason. Okay. When it comes to impeachment, the Constitution lists treason, bribery, or other high crimes and misdemeanors as justification for the proceeding, but the vagueness of the third option has caused problems in the past. It was central issue with Andrew Johnson. I'm sorry. And there was a question during Clinton. Wait a minute. Andrew Johnson. Okay. Anyway. And there was a question.
Andrew Johnson was the president of the United States.
Okay. And so was he impeached? I'm sorry.
Yes. Andrew Johnson was the first president to ever be impeached.
Okay. And then Clinton, from my understanding, right? Okay. And there was a question during Clinton's proceeding about whether his lie to a federal grand jury was a low crime or a high crime. Michael Gerhardt, a constitutional law professor of University of North Carolina, who authored a book on the impeachment process told by ABC News. Go ahead, Josh.
Huh?
You want to read?
I'll read it. According to Susan Cherry, a law professor at the Vermont University, which specializes in constitutional law, nobody knows what is specifically included or not the Constitution. The board definition of high crimes and misdemeanors. It's only happened twice, and the general thought is means whatever the House and the Senate thinks it means. Cherry said before Trump's first impeachment, and even the House approves the articles of impeachment, the senators can choose to vote against the articles if they feel like they are appropriate. Where does the Senate come in? The Senate is tasked with handling impeachment trial, which is presided over the Chief Justice of the United States sitting presidents. However, in unusual case, since Trump is not sitting sitting president, largely ceremonial task has been to the Senate pro
temp.
Thank you, pro temp. Senator Patrick Lane, whatever that last name is, Dr. Lakely. I never heard these last names before. the Democrat of the state of Vermont, the chamber's most senator members of the majority party, the president pro tempore, has historically presided over the Senate impeachment trials of the non-president. Leahy said in the statement in January quote unquote when proceeding on an impeachment trial, the president pro tempore takes an additional special oath imperial justice according to the Constitution of the laws. It is an oath extraordinarily seriously to remove a president from office. 2/3 of the members must vote in favor. At least 60 in all 100 senators in present and voting. If the Senate fails to convict the president, it's considered impeached, but not removed, as the case in both Clinton in 1998 and Andrew Johnson in 1868. In Johnson's case, the Senate fell one on short of removing him from office on all three courts. In this trial, since the president was already left office, the real punishment would come in the president to be convicted, where the Senate would be expected to vote on a motion to ban the former president forever holding office again, while the Senate trial has the power to must be that's so long. Okay. While the Senate well, we're going down. Andrew, we can't hear you. Your mic is off.
Okay. President can continue governing even after he or she has been impeached by the House of Representatives. I believe Jennifer had a question how it affects him today because he's not the president. So a president can continue to governing even after he or he has been impeached or whatnot. Trump continued to govern after his impeachment in December 2019 and is of course ran for re-election in 2020. After Clinton was impeached on December 19, 1998, he finished out his second term, which ended in January 2001, during which time he was acquitted in the Senate impeachment trial. While Clinton continued governing and the impeachment had no legal or official impact, his legacy is marred by the proceeding. All right, so that's pretty much all I wanted to read about. I just wanted us to grasp the process of, impeachment, because, for people that are new to the show or people that are new to politics, some people just don't know.
Yeah.
And now we know. Yeah. What are your thoughts? So what I got from all that, because I like to proofread. I just want to get.
Well, at least, I've been through this, but when Andrew Johnson was Abraham Lincoln's vice president. So when Andrew Johnson took presidency, I believe that he was the first ever to be impeached physically. But that's all I really know about the first impeachment. I know that he was the first to ever be impeached, but it took me more efforts to get inside what's happening with the impeachment trial.
I just want to add here that our friend TJ said that Donald Trump said that what he said Haitians also have HIV in the conference as well. I mean, he just really crosses the line. As I think a lot of MAGA Republicans, conservatives, I mean, did they not freaking understand that when you're in the public eye, that you cannot be speaking so recklessly and generalizing people in such, like, I don't know, what is the word? Gruesome ways. Like, did you hear the way that Marjorie Taylor Greene, that's her name, she's about
Majority Taylor Greene.
Yeah, she's about to be out anyways. But how she speaks about leftists, like these aren't just leftists. Stop labeling. Labeling is the most disgusting thing in politics, because when you say leftist, you kind of like make it as if they're not human beings. They don't have families. There's a sense of detachment to their soul, if you will, by just saying leftists. But you guys
my thing is that like Trump never was a politician, and so like a lot of social cues. I mean, he didn't do something that he was really good at was manipulating the media, because whether it was crazy, outlandish, I mean, he would get he would get the news. Well, he said this, he said that, he said a lot of crazy things, and they reported up on it. And that's the thing. As far as this like impeachment and all that, I think it just boils down to him not being able to hold office again. And I think by the time that they get through with this, I think this is just the start. And then there are other things that he's gonna be in court, back and forth and stuff like that. And I think this is just a process. I mean, it's something you said about healing. By having this, we're still going to have a fractured nation. You have a lot of Trumpites out there. You have a lot of people on both sides, and we're not healing as a nation, and stuff like that. So it just saddens me to watch this whole process on TV. And within my lifetime, to have two presidents of the United States impeached. What's going to happen in the future? What's going to happen for your kids? Is this going to be something that will ever have another president impeached? So
it's going to be the new trend.
Well, I believe that.
What did you say, Jennifer?
I feel like it's going to be the new trend. They're just opening doors that were not there before, and moving forward, it's going to be tit for tat. And our tax dollars are going to be spent, and their time is going to be spent just fighting each other on things that don't help our country. Their focus is not on the people.
Yeah.
Well, that's the case with a lot of politicians.
We only got 8 minutes.
Yeah.
Please, everyone, get your final thoughts in. Please, I want to know as much as I can in 8 minutes. I want to say this. Let's not forget, please, one second. Oh, I'm just trying to, let's not forget the 5 people that lost their life during the Capitol takeover. I mean, a cop lost his life. He got hit by, I can't think of his name. Do you guys know his name? I can't think of it right now. I'm about to look it up. But anyways, he was a police officer, and I did have a whole segment on it on my TikTok, but they hit him with a freaking fire extinguisher.
Wow.
And they blamed it on Antifa. And last time I checked, Antifa doesn't wear red hats. So 5 people died, and someone has to be accounted for this. A woman got shot in the freaking chest. She's a veteran, and she was a terrorist domestic person. But at the end of the day, people lost their lives because of Trump. He's got to pay for this, right?
I agree.
I mean, it's just kind of mind-boggling how someone thought, or anybody thought, that they could climb the Capitol, a government, like, right, Mason? Like, did they really think they were going to get away with this?
There's some crazy people. All of his supporters are just crazy.
Let me take my pen off.
I
mean, what are your thoughts about the impeachment? Do we have forgiveness? Is there any forgiveness for?
Well, I know this that about 11 or 12 Republicans voted Trump out, and their political career is in danger right now. Just the fact that Trump will try to go after them, and his fellow supporters will go after those politicians who voted Trump out. So their political lives are in danger, and so is bipartisan senators and governors. Let's talk about Joe Manchin. Joe Manchin is very bipartisan. So his political career is in danger as well. He's the governor of senator or governor of West Virginia, which is a very commonly red state. So you got to think about it that way too. So we don't know if Joe Manchin has a lot of power right now because he has a lot to do with the impeachment trials. So if he was to say that he has the power right now to keep Trump in there because his last vote counts. So if Joe Manchin, and he's very known to be bipartisan, so we don't know. It's kind of like if he doesn't vote Trump out, Trump may have a chance to not be impeached. But if he runs again in 2024, all his supporters are gonna go for him again, and we all know that. So it's no getting past that. We're just gonna see the same thing that we saw in 2020 with the same election, if Joe
Trick or
Biden
Treat,
decides to run.
1996 on TikTok said he could have prevented it during the rally they held. Instead, he told them to walk to the Capitol. So he really instigated, like I think Jennifer pointed out, this whole thing, and people lost their lives. I mean, Charles Mason, although he did die, I found that out. He didn't kill anybody, but he was the mastermind of people losing their lives. He's got to pay for this. And let's not mention his E. Jean Carroll case that is pending, which I should probably look up that docket. Okay, because she said he took advantage of her when she was 13 and nobody ever wants to talk about. But I seen the docket and it's pretty freaking amazing how people just forget the accusations that she's freaking bringing forward to the world. Nobody makes this stuff up, man. Women don't make, let me tell you something. Women, we don't make up that men do things to us. We got other things to do. Okay, women seek men's approval. A woman in her mid freaking, I don't know, how old is she now? 60? It's not gonna make up that Donald Trump did something to her at 13 when she was 13 in a freaking dressing room.
Right.
It was so specific. Like how, and then he freaking sits there and tells the world of Wendy Williams that the only thing that he has in common with his daughter is you know what? She said, go up in real estate. He said to the world. It's just like this guy has no filter and he thinks he's untouchable. But I pray to God that he's about to see the wrath or he's going to die, never being able to pay for the things that he's done in his life. And Jeffrey Epstein already did. It's Donald Trump's turn. Hi, John.
I fully agree.
Going on. I don't know what's going on with my laptop, but I just joined a Zoom and somebody made a comment. Come on now. People joining in, coming in, they didn't get the password when they first gave it out, so let's be a little bit patient.
Okay.
But I've been listening to what you've been saying, Andrea. You're absolutely right. Hey, Bruce and Josh.
We got Abu Bakar. We have a friend from Africa.
Hey, John.
Gambia, Africa. You guys are so late. Hey, listen, we can do another one that's more friendly, but this one was very specific because I'm going to put this on the YouTube.
Okay.
I'm going to go viral.
All right.
Mine.
Same password?
Yeah, it should be the same. So
yeah, because I have issues with my laptop. I don't know why I couldn't get on with my laptop, so I just went to my phone.
So we got 3 more minutes left. And I just want to say thank you, everybody. Jennifer, thank you so much with your intellectual input. Bruce, thank you, Josh, for everybody reading and sticking to the topic. We really stayed on, so now when I put this on YouTube, I can put impeachment, topic. And when people come, they're not listening about everything else. They're going to know that this is what we're going to talk about. And we read, and I feel like this could be constructive for people who just don't know how impeachment works. But to end this, we need 2/3. We need 67 or 100, all of them, to vote. Right, Bruce? We need 2/3 count to get him impeached.
2/3 plus 1, 66 would be 2/3, and plus 1 would be 67.
Okay, because if we don't have that, and even if he does get impeached, guess what we read about? He could still reign supreme, right? He could still do whatever he wants. So
yes.
Is the impeachment redundant? Real quick, let me know.
Can I say something?
Yeah, Alex, go ahead.
I have to go now.
Oh, okay, love. I'll talk to you soon.
Okay.
Okay, feel good. Okay, because I know you got the babies in your tummy. You got a baby in your tummy.
I might have 2 babies because I might have twins.
Oh my goodness.
Awesome. Let's hear that.
God
All right.
bless you.
That's awesome. I'm happy.
All right, Alex, I'll talk to you later, love.
Okay.
Okay, bye, sweetie.
Bye.
Real quick, is the impeachment like redundant? Like if it's not going to do anything anyways, are Republicans?
Yeah.
What do you
Yes.
think?
Redundant.
You think it's redundant? Like let's just
do.
move on, right? Like
I think this
can
is-
never happen again, but
This is a dog and pony show.
right. I have to say it's been entertaining. We got 1 minute left. This has been really, really entertaining.
Oh, there's
Yeah.
more to come too.
Oh yeah, so this is a good time to be in real estate and in politics. Catch
Oh
that.
yeah, real estate.
But you
Hell
see what
yeah.
the true issue is: COVID and all that money, and then they're taking these lawyers, and this is a very expensive process, and they're taking money that this country doesn't have, and they're spending it up on this. it's just a feel good thing, you know.
And they're about to cut off, and catch this, Biden's trying to put $1 trillion into stimulating the economy, and the Republicans want to cut down the funds, but they want to pay for all this. Make it make sense, America. Make it make sense. All right, you guys are about to be cut out, and it does shut us off. Bye, guys. I'll see you guys.
Bye, girl.
Bye.
I'm gonna come back. It's gonna be more fun, not so serious. Same code, same password.
Okay.
Okay.